Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stock Watch, and this is your stock watch list for Wednesday, September 27th. So let's go ahead and look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight. We had courtesy of the trade exchange. We had MU, earnings per share and revenue beat, and MU guided up. And you can see the action in the after hours tonight. We popped up to about 35.85. Pulled back all the way down to 33.75 and ended up, pretty much at 35.35. So that was after their conference call. Next up, we did have Nike come out with earnings, but that came out later in the after the bell, and that's Nike at 4.15, and they had an earnings per share and revenue beat for Nike, and you see the big pop we got on Nike, and then after that, after the conference call, basically it sold off on Nike. So we had a pop and a drop on Nike after their earnings. So Nike, MU held up. Nike Beats lowered expectations. And then Doug Cass came out with this tweet. I suspect the initial $2 pop will evaporate as channel checks indicate weakening markets. And that was from Doug Cass on Twitter. That was a tweet by him. KRNT got halted. Let's see if they ever opened up KRNT. And they did, and KRNT dropped in after hours, cutting Q3 revenue numbers, and that was on KRNT. So that stock was down. Let's see, Amazon coverage resumed at Wells Fargo. Price target 1,400 on Amazon. So I don't know if that's the highest on the street, but it's a big number from Wells Fargo. Our API crude oil data came out, and it was a drawdown on crude USO. Did get a little pop in the after hours. Some upgrades, downgrades, kind of price target increases. Deutsche Bank raised Citigroup price target to 67 from 61. FSLR Roth Capital reiterates a buy rating, $60 price target, FSLR. And but that stock pretty much drifted off all day today on that one. Wells Fargo was also out on Netflix after the bell and raising their price target to $230 per share for Wells Fargo for Netflix. So U.S. crude oil paired losses in post-settlement trade after the API, so basically that went up. Let's see, CANF had a mixed shelf, CANF, and that's a little one that kind of just dropped a little bit in the after hours. There was some insider selling in AMD that came out after the bell. Not too much damage on that, but they sold at 1326, 20,000 shares on AMD. Facebook cut a deal with the NFL. So let's see if Facebook did anything on that news. Nope. Let's see. IZEA was down in after hours. IZEA, and that stock has had a big run up, and then it was down a little bit in the after hours right here. And let's see. I think that CALI, that was the other one. CALI. This one. Dow Jones holder, Bright praise buys over 800,000 shares of China Auto Logistics Incorporated, CALI, and you see the big reaction here in the after hours. So nice pop there for CALI. That'll be on watch. NKTR got a buy rating, initiated buy. NKTR, $30 price target for NKTR. PTCT, JP Morgan reiterates neutral rating. EFX, Stifel Nichols reiterates buy rating, 149 price target on EFX. Nike lows after hours. Some top insider purchases after hours. Red Hat Restoration Hardware, which kind of sold off for the day, got an insider purchase here of over 13,000 shares at 71.64. And then we talked about the CALI already. After hours, CANF, we mentioned. ASND, proposed public offering, 125 million there. And then Juno closed theirs. And let's see, ONCE, Hospital of Philadelphia, sold 1 million shares of ONCE. So that one, you know, down a little bit in the after hours on that. So let's go ahead and we'll look a little bit what's going on for tomorrow. All right, and for Wednesday the 27th, companies reporting before the bell tomorrow. We have CA, ATU, WOR. After the bell, we have CMTL, JBL, NTWK, PIR, PRGS, and THO. So that's some of your earnings before and after the bell tomorrow. As far as your economic news goes for tomorrow, we still have some Fed speak, as you see in the red here at 7 p.m., 1:30 p.m., 9:15 p.m. I'm sorry, 9:15 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. 7 o'clock MBA mortgage applications, 8:30 durable goods, 10 o'clock pending home sales, and then we have the 10:30 we have the oil numbers coming out, the EIA petroleum oil status, and that comes out at 10:30 on Wednesday. Just a quick reminder, I am going to be doing a webinar tomorrow, Thursday, September 28th. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to put this down in the on the YouTube underneath the video in the description tab. If you'd like to sign up, just put your name, your email, and you're guaranteed a spot. If you want to just come in and visit, basically you could come in through the main website. If you don't want to give us your email, just come in through the main website tomorrow. Click this where it says click to access Zozo Stockwatch, and you can get in through there. All right, but you're not guaranteed a seat if you come in that way. So the website is www.zozostockwatch.com. So zozostockwatch.com, and the webinar starts tomorrow, Thursday, September 28th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Some of your conference calls are for tomorrow, SOL at 8:30. 11 o'clock, we have LNDC, ATU at 11 o'clock for conference calls. For earnings, WOR at 2 o'clock, JBill at 4:30, PIR at 5 o'clock, NTWK at 5 o'clock, PRGS at 5 o'clock, and that's from Earnings Cast. So if you want to listen to conference calls, just go to this site and you click on the link and you can listen to the conference calls, but at least be aware of the times for the conference call. It's very important. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on in options activity. We had call activity in Alcoa, CBI, Chicago Board and Bridge and Iron, Chicago Bridge and Iron on CBI. Let's see if I can bring up no, I'll do that later. All right. CBI, CTL, LOW, RIG had options call activity, Starbucks, SFM, and Wendy's. On the put side, we had GREK, which is the Greece ETF, and LRCX, Lam Research Corporation, put activity. So there's your option call, unusual option call, and unusual put activity for those names. As far as your top gainers today, we had IZEA, ACTA, CDNA, GHL, MYSZ, NDRO, MBRX, GNUS, SNX, CDXC, MNGA, JAX. For some of your losers, we had GNCA, which really took a hit today, down 76%. AXON, they had a failure with the FDA, and minus 74% there. KDMN, PTCT, KRNT, TXMD, CATM, RESN, ITCI, WIN, INT, and QEP were some of your top losers for the day. Go ahead and take a look at your overnight futures. It's about 7:42 my time, and the Dow futures are down about 12, the SP futures are down less than a point, and the NASDAQ futures are down about 2 for the NASDAQ in the beginning of the overnight session. Gold is down about $4 in the overnight session. Crude oil is up above $52, trading up 21 cents for crude oil WTI. So let's go through some markets for today. We'll take a look at the SPY. After that sell-off yesterday, we came down to the 20 SMA. We bounced off of that. And just basically a tight range day. We're staying under the 10 SMA thus far for the SPY. On the QQQs, you know, a little bit of recovery near this 100 SMA. We pulled up off of that, but still under this 5 EMA, still under the fast moving averages, and we remain under the 50 SMA on the QQQ. IWM, we are starting to see some topping tails here on the IWM, and I would think that's to be expected because you know, we've had a big run off the lows here, and so we're getting some topping tails there. IWC, same thing, kind of a you know, topping tail inverted hammer right there on IWC after this big run up the 5 EMA here on IWC. IBB, this one pulled off a little bit today. See kind of maybe this rounding, and we are back below the 5, we're back below the 20, maybe a possible retest of the 50 SMA here around that 320 area for the IBB. So we'll keep our eye on that. Also now some of the bigger names, Tesla trying to hold on to the 100 SMA, the white line you see there. Amazon, you know, basically below the 50, below all the fast moving averages, and down below the 150 SMA. It looks like they're trying to hold the low here of, we'll call it 932. So far they're trying to hold 932 area for Amazon. As far as Google goes, it is still below the 50 SMA, hitting that, but finding resistance at that 930 level, the 50 SMA. So Google still below the 50, the 100, and so, you know, everything is kind of just, I would say that's kind of wishy-washy right now. No clear pattern right now in Google. As far as Apple goes, below all the fast moving averages, trying to hang on to the 100 SMA here after it pulled back down to about that 150 area. Nvidia, they actually had some news today, AI news, and you know, that held the 20 SMA, so it's held that 170 spot where it just broke out from, and so it's just holding this 170 spot, trying to get back over the 10 SMA on Nvidia. Price line, PCLN, big name, not faring so well underneath the 50, underneath the moving averages here, the fast moving averages. Looks like it may want to retest the 200 SMA, so we'll have to see on that. All right, so that's some of the bigger names, and I think we went through most of the markets, IWM, QQQ, Apple we did. So we'll go ahead and get right into the watch list. First one up is ABIL, and you see the volume that came into it. It's an under $1 name, but if it can get over $1, we had a high today of 101. So I'll be watching that $1 break again. Almost 3 million shares came into the name. So keep your eye on that one. AMRN, nice pop today, 3.3 million shares traded. We had a high of 359, closed 348, so maybe 355 will be enough to get AMRN moving up. Next one up is ARLZ. This one is above all the moving averages, the fast moving averages. The 200 is up here around that 240 spot. We're trading 180. If this can get over, you know, $2, it looks like maybe we'll get a continuation move in ARLZ. ARTX pop today, volume a little bit light, so we'll see if this one wants to get over this, you know, ARTX wants to get over this 425. Maybe would like a little bit of a pullback to this $4 area on ARTX, so we'll see. ASNA, this is in the apparel retail sector, trying to get up above this 250 level, over 12 million shares traded. It's above the 50 SMA, above the 100 SMA. Maybe this one is turning the corner on ASNA. AVGR, let's look at the weekly on this stock. This stock used to be a $25 stock, and it is currently trading 21 cents at the close here, but after hours we got a big pop in AVGR, and so we'll see what this one wants to do. Came up to 50 cents. Now once again, this was a $25 stock, currently trading at 50 cents. So this one might be interesting tomorrow. AVGR. CALI, this is the one that had the big pop on the news. of that not insider purchase, but purchase of a lot of shares after hours, CALI. So we'll see if this wants to set up tomorrow. Usually a very low volume stock, China Auto Logistics name. So we'll see what that wants to do tomorrow. CARS, a recent IPO. Watching this one to see if we can get some kind of break of 2675 on this name and maybe a continuation move in CARS. CDNA, this one popped, trying to take out the highs today was 459, closed at 412. So I'll let this set up maybe intraday, maybe some type of red to green move or something like that on CDNA. CLMT, this one is getting up over the 100 SMA. It's above the fast moving averages. The volume today was about 600,000 shares. Not a favorite, but maybe it might give a continuation move on CLMT. It is in the oil, gas, refining market, so we'll see on that one. DHI, this is a home builder. DHI is a home builder. This is the weekly chart. If we look at it on the daily chart, I want to see if this one can get over 350, maybe 355 in that area on DHI. So this one will be on watch, maybe possible swing trade. We'll see. Some of the home builders are holding up okay, like Toll and what's the other one, BZH. KBH, not so much, right? That one's down, but coming back a little bit. LEN, a little bit of weakness there, but this PHM is doing okay. So we'll see if DHI wants to maybe make a continuation move on the name. Next one up is FIT, FIT, and if this one can get over maybe 662, 665 in that area, we might get a continuation move in FIT. Next one up is Flex, FLEX, and nice volume today, over 6 million shares, trying to get up over 17, had a high of 1691. So I'll watch this one maybe over 1685, might get a possible continuation move there. GOOS, GOOS, this one popped off the 20 SMA. Buyers came in around this 19 spot. Watch that 20 break, 1.1 million shares on this name, a recent IPO, popped all the way up to 24 and change, and now it's trying to get back over 20, so we'll see. LTRX, nice pop today. Volume was a little bit light though in the name. After hours it's trading 237. And so we'll see if something sets up. It does have the 200 SMA in the way right there. MARA, we were watching this one in the room today. We did not call it. We traded NETE, and we got a nice pop over 76 cents on this one, all the way up to 94 cents on NETE. So maybe Mara wants to do the same thing if it pops over this 50 cents. So it is an under 50-cent stock right now. So we'll see what that one wants to do. MNTA, this one looks like it's setting up to maybe possibly break these recent highs here of 1775. So watch that MNTA if it could take out 1775, 1780 spot on that name. MYND is a recent, looks like IPO. And we'll see if this one wants to maybe get over the highs today. 418, maybe 420 is enough to get this one going. A little bit light in the volume, so we'll see. Not a favorite on that one. Plug, still holding up here, holding the 5 EMA, holding above the 10. It's just not a very good intraday trader. It would be more of a swing trade type of thing. I'd want it to take out maybe 275 on PLUG. FCEL was holding up nicely. We got a little bit of a red candle today, but we still are holding this 5 EMA. And then BLDP, Ballard Power, a little bit of a red candle after this nice run in Ballard Power. SBUX, this one had that call activity. Starbucks, maybe trying to turn the corner here on SBUX, see if this one can get over 55.25, 55.30. It is trying to get back over the 50 SMA. Sedge is really the only solar that looks halfway decent, right? Sedge, SEDG. Looks like it's, trying to break out of this consolidation here. It is above 27, maybe 27.25 on SEDG, and maybe we have a new leader in the group. So we'll see on this one on Sedge. Next one up is STAF. All these little $1 and under $1 names are getting some, volume and pushing up. Like that AVGR, MARA. So maybe the staff wants to make a continuation move over 108, 110. So keep an eye on this one tomorrow. TEUM, not a favorite one to trade. We came up to 140, couldn't get through it. We pulled back to 113. So let's see, 3.4 million shares traded. So we'll see. Not a favorite. XPO. This one is in the IYT transports area. So let's see if this one wants to take out 63.80, maybe 64, and see if we can get maybe a continuation move in XPO. All right, this has been your watch list for tonight. Oh, I know which one I want to tell you about. YUMC. Right, YUMC is kind of basing here, looking for it maybe to take out, that $40 a share. So let me add that to my list because I forgot. YUMC came up on a scan tonight. So this one looks interesting. It's above the fast-moving averages, holding the 10 SMA, getting back over the 5. See if it can break this $40 spot on YUMC. All right, so that's your watch list for tomorrow. Let's just check and see if there's any other news that came out while I was on the video. I don't see anything else. And just a reminder, there is that webinar for Thursday the 28th at 6 p.m. and my site is zozostockwatch.com. So on Thursday you can just come in the front door if you don't want to do the email, and you can come click where it says access the chat room. You click here and you'll get right in. All right. And once again, that's Thursday, September 28th at 6 p.m. All right, everybody, have a nice evening. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hit the like button if you like these videos. I know you don't like when I do these zozostockwatch.com and all that. I get it. But you know what? I'm working hard for my group and my members, so why don't you just come check us out? I think you'll like it, and we're very reasonably priced. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great evening.